Dinosaur Planet. Reaction.
Rings of Giants is a land. The crippled Pteraskosaurus is no longer an asset to his mate. A young raptor called Pod fights for his life in a land of giants. His world is a prehistoric battlefield ruled by size and strength. A young raptor called Pod fights for his life in a land of giants. His world is a prehistoric battlefield ruled by size and strength. Until a monster from the sea turns this realm upside down.
Upside down.
A lone castaway awakens on a distant island and begins his quest for survival. But the journey leads instead to a primeval Neverland. Here, life and death operate on a new and mysterious scale. Pod is a prehistoric Gulliver, stranded in the kingdom of the small.
Dinosaur. All the travels.
$80 million years ago, most of Europe sleeps beneath a vast and shallow sea. A matrix of volcanic islands occupies the region known today as Southern Europe. Dry land is hard to find, but there's plenty of beachfront to go around. Here, on the Great Islands, the residents are key players in the closing act of dinosaur evolution. A mixed bag of prehistoric vegans and late Cretaceous carnivores roam the fertile lowlands.
Yeah, you know that.
Beneath it all, a troubled earth and a growing sense of unease. Within 24 hours, a single geophysical event will transform their world. But for now, it's business as usual for two radically opposed species. On the low end, a three-pack of agile, pint-sized carnivores barely 8 feet long. Towering above them, a skyline of titanosaurs, Europe's foremost vegetarians. At 5 tons, adults weigh roughly the same as a jumbo elephant. Consequently, they chew their greens with a certain nonchalance. But even titanosaurs put lunch on hold when meat eaters loiter by the salad bar. Armed with a killing claw on his second toe and high-torque legs, this is Pyroraptor olympius, Pod for short. Pod's deal is not about size, it's about smarts. His brain-to-body ratio make him almost gifted by dinosaur standards. At the low end of the IQ scale is the iguanodon, But Pod doesn't take them lightly. These 3-ton grazers carry 30 times his body weight.
知道，我先看到。
Iguanodons can change their default setting from lawnmower to tree trimmer using their large spiky thumb claws to harvest leaves. The dinosaurs can't identify the source of the low-frequency rumble, but they feel it 100%.
不吃肉。
Instinctively, Pod's pack heads for high ground. The tremors end as mysteriously as they began.
我建议，单只是活动。
But no one's wired to stay afraid for too long, including Pod.
哦，
He's turned his attention to a new, incoming sensation. Something positive for a change.
当天全。
Pod follows his nose upwind to a dry riverbed about 60 yards from the rise. While his position here is totally exposed to competitors, the risk is outweighed by the prize. What's left of a small iguanodon, covered by a cloud of flies. The carcass reeks, but it's all his. As the dominant leader of his pack, Pod will eat his fill before calling in his sisters.
来。
Dinosaurs are Southern Europe's dominant predators.
到了。 Yes.
Pod calls for backup.
马赛克。
Engaging the enemy is futile, but raising the possibility might scare them off.
赶走。有马赛克吗？
The Tarascosaurs aren't buying it.
Yeah. 是纪录片。
Pod gets a wake-up call.
跑地上去了，这是跑地上去了。
The Raptors have won a reprieve. The crippled Tarascosaurus is no longer an asset to his mate. Given the chance, she might even eat him for lunch. When Pod and his sisters turn the tables, the standing Tarascosaurus retreats. reconsider their endgame. But only one move presents itself. To run for their lives. The thunder of the stampede and the rumbling quakes of the earth seem to come from everywhere. Pod stops to see if his pack is safe from the iguanodons.
Yeah.
The stampede is far from over. So Pod urges his sisters to go with the flow. Volcanic tremors escalate the level of distress. The animals can't make the connection. This strand of beach provides room to maneuver. Another plus is the slowing effect of soft sand on giant dumbbells.
火山喷了，然后就杀了。那这些
Pod and his sisters have come to this beach many times to scavenge for dead fish, but tonight is so different.
待火车，那能玩多久？
A distant and fiery ghost haunts the beach. A threat that now claims the sea itself.
这直接冒火焰冒着。
Far beneath the surface, two opposing crusts of the earth have reached a breaking point. The waters of the bay recede from the beach as one great sheet. The sea now builds like a dorsal back of a sea monster. As a single towering beast, the water returns to the land.
跳，快点吧！
A prehistoric tsunami breaks on the shores of southern Europe. Its arrival marked by a final cry of defiance.
大家等会看谁？
The great wave locks the animals in a slow-motion vortex of water and debris.
拜拜拜拜。
Only a few will escape the sleep that now swells their lungs.
泡在海里。
One small predator evades death. Pod awakens to an empty, confusing world. He clings to life on a drifting tree trunk. But he's not alone.
漂流，来看漂流。到一等。
One of Pod's sisters has survived. Joined by one of his kind, Pod is reassured that part of his pack still exists. At 50 feet long, the plesiosaur flies through the water like a great bird of prey.
代表作。
Clenched in its jaws is all that remains of Pod's clan. The only link to the past broken forever. Once a deadly predator, Pod's become a creature of chance, an accidental tourist in search of a map. His second day adrift ends in total exhaustion and a sleep as dark and deep as the sea. As dawn breaks, Pod's lifeboat is carried north by a light, prevailing wind. But driven by the rising sun, the salt air and heat preys on Pod's last reserves of strength until night falls again. The only thing keeping Pod alive is the attention he's getting from scavengers who just as soon find him dead. The ichthyornis is a major pain, but his presence here is also a positive sign. Birds like these cannot survive entirely on the sea.
这好上头。
On day 3, the morning breeze carries a familiar scent, an aroma deeply imprinted in Pod's memory bank. The sweet smell of dry land. But Pod is too weak to swim to shore. The next morning, on the island in question, the seabirds are at it again. Something new on the beach. For a second, Pod wonders why the sea is so calm. What's with those trees? Then, it's lights out. While he has no memory of what happened, Pod has washed ashore on the back of his log, and 24 hours later, he's still out cold. Curiosity once again overcomes the seabirds, and they're not the only ones. Drawn to the scene by all the racket is a very small version of Pod. The birds are put on notice that this corpse is taken. The claim is backed up by 2 more associates. And stay away.
And stay away.
Birds are pushovers. Terrestrial crocodiles are a whole new ballgame. Allodopasuchus, a long name for predators short on brains, but totally fearless in battle. The little raptors are about to be outclassed. In more ways than one. Pod is delirious, but he's nobody's carcass.
别闹了，
When Pod takes a stand,
不想两集。